Good morning. Happy Friday, TGIF. You are watching Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. My name's Nicole Traum. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm excited that this week is over. A really long week, it feels like. So we are working on this week, we are working on living with intention. And as we've gone through our weeks, on Fridays we usually do some bigger movements. So we will be doing some bigger movements today, and you will need a little bit of wall space. So maybe just take a look around really quick and find a little space on the wall so you can stretch out. And we'll use the wall as a nice support. Sometimes with intention, sometimes we need something to remind us. And that's what's really nice about things like the wall, the chair, the things around us, to allow ourselves to remember that we're here in this present moment and that we don't have to do this all alone. So let's start by sitting up nice and tall. And as you sit up nice and tall in your chair, feel yourself start to lengthen. So allow your spine to lengthen, feel your seat in your chair, feel your feet on the floor, and just kind of notice how that feels this morning. And as you take a couple deep breaths, just feel yourself filling up with breath. And then empty that breath back out. You can take an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Feeling yourself filling up and emptying out. Let's do 3 more like that. Just big inhales. Exhaling out some of those things that you don't need, that don't serve you. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Good. And then just take a moment here. Move your head a little. Let it move in a slow, crackly semicircle or circle. And then roll your shoulders onto your back and just feel that movement here. We're just gonna warm things up really quick before we come up into our standing pose today. This pose that we're gonna do today is one that I find to be really therapeutic, really grounding. And that's just a really nice way to bring in our practice. So stretch your arms out here, reach your arms back. Take a big inhale here as you reach your hands back. And then as you exhale, reach them forward, rounding your back, stretching the back out. So inhaling as you open, good, and exhaling as you stretch. Finding that nice big opening in the front of the chest and then in the back of the chest. Good, moving your hips forward and back so you're kind of rocking in your chair as you do this. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Pushing out that breath 1 more time. Perfect. And then as you come on out, just start to roll your shoulders onto your back. So what we'll do here, good morning, is we're gonna stretch our legs out wide. So you're gonna bring your feet to a little bit wider than where your chair is, and your knees are gonna line up with your ankles. And we'll start to come around in big circles just to warm up the hips a little bit. So letting yourself be intentional here, just letting yourself notice what it feels like this morning in your body and in your breath. Maybe noticing how you feel, contrasting it with how you felt yesterday or the day before. I will say that yesterday I felt pretty icky, and today I'm feeling a lot better. So that's always good to kind of notice. And then change your direction. Just moving in the opposite direction, feeling your hips release, your legs start to stretch. Good morning. Just feeling that movement, good. And then we'll come back up through center. And we're gonna take our right arm up. We're gonna take a big inhale, and as you exhale, just reach down towards the floor. You don't have to tap it. Inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, reaching towards the floor. 2 more on this side. Inhale, and exhale, stretching into the back body. Inhale, and exhale. And as you come forward here, you're just gonna stay here, just tapping towards the floor for 3, 2, and 1. Good, come all the way out. You can move yourself side to side, and then we'll take the other hand up. So let's inhale the left arm up. Exhale as you reach it forward towards the earth. Inhale and exhale. So again, you don't have to touch the floor, but you're just working to stretch that low back and the back of the legs. Last 2 rounds. So inhale and exhale, good. And then this time as you come forward, we're gonna stay there, and you're just gonna start to reach and reach, reach, and reach. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Good. As you come on back, bring those legs in. Come back and do some circles now with your legs together, feeling the back and the back of the legs and the low back start to release a little bit more, and then change your direction. Perfect. All right, so here we go. We're gonna come in and do our standing poses. Remember when you come up to standing that it is important that you line yourself up. So make sure you scoot forward in your chair. Your feet are right underneath your knees, and we'll lean forward. We wanna get our nose over our toes. This chair is really low, so sometimes it is, you'll need to use your chair or your legs, but see if you can try and do this one, shifting your weight forward and then using your legs to come all the way up. All right, I'm gonna move my chair out of the way. You can still use your chair if you want, but we're gonna come in, we're gonna use that wall space that we talked about. So let's step our right foot forward here, and our left foot's gonna point out to the side. And if you look at your feet, you wanna have your front foot, your front heel intersect your back arch. And we can start here by just bending into the front knee and straightening it. And as you notice here, my front knee's going a little further forward, so I'm going a little longer. Just bending and straightening, good. Bend and straighten, 2 more. Just feeling that, and if you want, you can use your chair as well, right? The wall is right behind you. Keep the bend in that front knee and just stretch your arms out wide. You can turn your palms to face up to open your heart, and then look over your right fingertips, just stretching and extending, good. And then we'll bring our hands back down and we'll switch. So you can straighten that right leg, turn the toes in this direction of your face, and then turn your left toes out to the left, and we'll start to bend and straighten here. So we're coming into, this is called Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. It's a pose of strength, of power, but also a pose of being open and gentle, right? Regal almost, right? Keeping that bend in your front knee. Now you can start to stretch your arms out and look over your left fingertips, turn your palms up. And just get a nice big stretch here. Good. Take another deep breath. Perfect. And then we'll come back through center, straightening that left leg. We'll come back to that first side. So now your right foot is pointing forward, your left foot is pointing out to the side here. And we'll start now with our legs straight. And take your right hand to your right leg. And we're just going to slide that hand down. And as you inhale, you can come on back up. Try and keep your legs straight here. So notice I'm not going all the way down. And inhale back up. So just going nice and slow, feeling that stretch through your legs, keeping your hips open here. Let's do 2 more. That's it. And then this time as you come in, you're gonna stay wherever your hand goes. So my hand's going to about the front of my shin or almost my ankle, and just roll your shoulders back so you can actually lean back into the wall here. And then the last piece would be to bring that top arm up. And if you don't feel steady, you don't have to bring the arm up. Press out through your legs and out through your arms. Take a big stretch here. Good. And then come all the way back up, and we'll switch sides. So we're going to bring that right foot out to the side, left foot forward. Make sure you're nice and long so you can bend a little to make sure. And then we'll inhale as we come up. Exhale as you slide over. Now, some of you know I have fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed with it about 10 years ago. And when I was diagnosed with that, so keep moving like this, I really lost a lot of my movement. I could barely walk. I had to really kind of rehab myself back. And when I came back, this was one of the poses that I used to find strength. I didn't add my top arm until about a year in after. So know that you can feel that strength here. We're going to lower that arm down as far as it goes. Open your chest and just feel yourself rooting down. This is what I did, right? I didn't bring my arm up. I just felt myself rooting down, felt that strength, and then slowly it started to open. So if you want to bring your top arm up, you can. You don't have to. But just feel that strength, that grounding down, that connection to the earth. Let yourself be intentional here. Take another breath. That's it. Good. And then we'll slowly come on up. Good. We're going to take one more stretch here, and you can do it with your chair. We're just going to come back and do a down dog. So just reaching your hips back. You can bend and straighten your legs, reaching your hips back, reaching those thighs back. Good. Just feeling that nice big stretch here. Perfect. Let's do 2 more rounds of bending and straightening. That's it. Good. And then we'll come all the way back in and come back to our seat. So as you come back, take your time, let yourself feel what you've got going on. That's it. Ooh, that felt good. So notice how you feel now in your body, especially in the lower body from your hips down through your legs. Those stretches are really great. And what I love about the wall is that you don't have to worry about falling down, right? You can also use your hand on a chair, lots of different options there, but it allows our hips to open, it allows the back of the legs to lengthen, and it just brings you into the present moment. Like I can feel it even now. I feel a little bit more present. So let yourself sit up tall now, and let's come back with our feet together and just start to go in nice big slow circles. Checking out where you're feeling anything this morning after doing those stretches. And then change your direction. Again, just going around and around. That's it. Breathing as you move. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do one more little stretch here because it's Friday and because everyone loves this stretch. And this is a really great stretch that you can do in your chair. You don't have to do it. So this is a version of what's called Pigeon Pose. You can do this one on your mat and it looks totally different, but you're gonna get the same stretch here. So we're gonna take our right ankle to the left knee and just start to let that knee soften away. So yours might look like this, right? We'll work it down as it goes. If you have a hip replacement, you want to be mindful not to push too hard, right? And maybe you don't have this movement, so you can just bring your ankle to your ankle. But allowing yourself to stretch here. With your ankle to your knee, you're just pressing that knee away. You can stay like that, or you can inhale as you sit up and exhale, just hinge forward. So inhaling and exhaling, nice big stretch there to the outer right hip. Good. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, exhale. Last one. And then we'll come all the way out and we'll switch sides. So again, if you have a hip replacement and you know you don't have a big rotation here, just bring your ankle to ankle and drop the knee out. Otherwise, you're gonna bring your ankle to your knee. So it'll be the left ankle to the right knee on this side. It may start up like this and we'll slowly work the knee down. Inhale here as you sit tall and then exhale, let yourself hinge forward. So just going nice and slow, inhaling and exhaling, good. Feeling that stretch into the back of your seat, into your outer hip. 2 more, that's it. Another great stretch to do in the middle of the day when you're feeling a little disconnected. Good, as you come on out, you can bring your feet out in front and just drop those knees side to side, little windshield wipers. That's it. And then we'll come back and take a comfortable seat back in our chair. All right. So happy my chair has sliders on it now, so I can move around a little better. So sitting up nice and tall, just take a few moments here to reconnect, to let yourself be present in your body, in your breath. We just did a lot in the hip area, and when we move into the place of the hips, what it does is it helps to release some tension, it helps to release even some emotion, so you might feel a little bit of that. Know that that's normal. Let yourself breathe into it. Feel yourself just starting to settle in to your body, into your breath. That's it. And then we're going to come back and do our little finger thing that we did yesterday. So the name for this is called Citta Nama. And what it represents is this cycle of life. And I was thinking of this because the other day one of my yoga teacher friends said, you know, we're in that really soupy part of transition. And I think if we think about that, right now, it does feel a little soupy, a little missing formless, little shapelessness. You know, we don't really know what's going on. And so we have to trust when we feel that, right, that is part of the process. Remember when we talked about the butterfly way back in the beginning of these videos, the caterpillar turns into a cocoon, and in that cocoon, it turns totally into liquid before it turns into the butterfly. So maybe we're in that liquid part of life right now. So we trust, right, that this is the process of things, that things get messy so that they can clean themselves up, so that they can come back together. So this is that process, right? The process of things being created, being sustained, being dissolved, and being destroyed, right? So there's this process in our lives, in everything that we do. So you can come in and just tap the fingers together. Just tapping the tips of the fingers together, feeling that sensation. Perfect. And then what we'll do is with the pointer finger and the thumb, you go sa, ta, na, ma. So you go down through the fingers. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now to yourself. Last time together. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then bringing your hands down. I like to come back to that. Sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed, you don't even have to say the words, right? You can just let yourself feel. But giving yourself that space to be in the moment, to be intentional. So we'll come back and take 3 deep breaths together, just inhaling and exhaling, filling up with breath and emptying back out. Last one. And then as we come back through center here, you can sit up nice and tall and bring your hands back in front of your heart, just honoring yourself for showing up today, for allowing yourself to feel and be present. We honor this practice, and I honor you. I bow to you today. Namaste. This has been Nicole Traum with Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday at 6:40 a.m. Feel free to share this with your friends and family, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.